to give the information to everyone. Sit down as close as you can. And before to start, I want to check again once about the translation. Si necesitan traducción al español, hay aparatos. If you need, si vous avez besoin de traduction française, il y a des écouteurs. Okay. Now to present myself, I am Christophe Aguiton. I am a French activist from ATTAC, and I am also part of the coalition Climate Justice Now and working with Climate Justice Action for this today action. But perhaps if other person want to share this meeting, because I did it again also yesterday, it's better to have new person, new people, and to have
beneficial. Yeah.
Okay, but the most important is not that. Is to have the people who were in the several places of the different demonstrations to really be able to explain what happened in the several aspects and in the several blocks of the demo. But first at all, for those of you who didn't read the press and who didn't have the last news, you have to know that at midday, the chair of the conference, the Danish Minister for Environment, resigned, and she led the presidency, she led the chair, and now is the Danish Prime Minister who is trying to save what he can from the conference. And we have a change of head and chair of the conference, no more than that. But it's a symbol of the difficulty the rich countries have to impose their will and to impose a solution which is not what the South countries and the social movement and civil society wants. I think it's important to tell it. Second thing important to tell it is today the Bella Center was totally closed for all the NGOs, civil society and movement after midday. Even now, we just got the information that Evo Morales, the chief of state of Bolivia, was re-elected a few weeks ago, wanted to have a meeting with the indigenous caucus inside the Bella Center, find no one because the indigenous were not able to enter, because the security say now it's stopped for everyone. That gives an idea of the different measures and operation taken by the UN security, but also and mainly the Danish police, to block any kind of other voice, of different voice, whatever they are, inside or outside the Bella Center. But now, I hope the people from the press conference join. Some of you were at the press conference or not? Raise your hand. Because we had, and we still have visibly, another press conference just here at Oxenhall from the different part of the demonstration, and they are just joining here to share with us what was happening. But perhaps if someone wants to present that they are finishing and they join us. The press conference starts at 6 and they are just finishing in Oxenhall and they join us as soon as they can. But because we have only 3/4, I think it's preferable to start. And perhaps the best will be to have directly an exchange. I don't know if some of you were organizing some of the event and some of the demonstration and want to give a testimony, a witness of what they do and what they did and what they saw.
Can we have more light?
Possible to have a little bit more light?
Go to the stage. Go on the stage.
Okay. No, it's more for the room.
Yeah.
It's not the speaker that doesn't matter. It's more for everyone. If it's possible to have a little bit more, I agree totally with that. Because it's not a panel, it's an exchange.
But I think the light is out because there's an event today of cutting the light in the city or something like that. There's not our light in the room upstairs neither. Probably it's because of that.
Okay, what I can tell and testimony is what I saw, because I passed quickly at the first demonstration at Tarnby Station was great, but I didn't see all the demo, I was only just at the beginning. And after that I joined the inside action. And what I can explain to you, and thanks for the light, it's very nice, much better. What I can tell to you is what happened inside, because I was there, because I was accredited, and we did something with, in my opinion, absolutely fantastic. Because at the beginning of the morning, at 7:30, we heard and we knew that Friends of the Earth International, who have 94 people officially accredited today, not at the beginning, there were 400 at the beginning, but they reduced the delegation to 93, and they were banned of the conference this morning very early at 7 o'clock. When the FOE people arrived with their badge, the security told them, no, you are out. And they told them they are out for two reasons. First, because they organized very small flash mobs yesterday and the day before, Monday, but also because they were worrying to have a big delegation from FOE to be part of the action today. That was the reason why they banned FOE. But lucky we were able to get other people coming from smaller delegations who were not banned, people from Focus on the Global South, different NGOs from the UK, from the US, from France were able to enter with people. And at the end, we got more or less 200 people from the inside. 200 people with really enormous regarding the constraint and the limitation of the delegation and the ban of FOE. On those 200 people, probably 190 were people from civil society, social movements, NGOs from different parts of the world, including some leaders from Via Campesina and Jubilee South, was extremely important inside. Some of the indigenous caucus joined as well the demonstration inside, and we also got part of the Bolivian delegation. We officially joined the demonstration we did inside the Bella Center. And the beginning of the demonstration was so great. I rarely see something like that. I rarely saw something like that. Those 200 people were starting with a banner with Reclaim Power, shooting very strong things like climate justice, reclaim power, go to the people assembly. And we had really a very good demonstration and good time inside the Bella Center. We had a press coverage who was probably the biggest I never saw. Probably 100 and more journalists, tens of broadcasts from the mainstream TV for all over the world. And we were able to have this big tour inside the Bella Center during 20 minutes before we decided to go out to join the other demonstration coming from the station of Tarnby and to set up the people assembly we wanted to have. To be honest, to leave the meeting, no problem. They were quite happy to see us to go out, and the security was opening the door with a big smile at the idea that we are leaving. Outside, it was a little bit more complex, because when we arrived outside, the first nice thing is the fact that we met the people who were banned and not able to enter, people from FOE, but also some of the representatives of Via Campesina, who were also blocked at the entrance. And we have also indigenous from India and other social movements who were waiting for us. And we had this first junction just at the station, at the metro station of Bella Center. And the block passed from 200 to 250, something like that. And we decided to march to join the big demo and to have the people assembly. At the beginning, the representative of the Danish government, who is in charge of the security of the Bella Center, gave us the guarantee that we will join the demonstration and we will be able to set up the people assembly. But the Danish police refused. They refused because they explained that they were in operation. Those operations were very clearly only to arrest 200 people. And it's because they were arresting 200 people that they refused absolutely to let us join the demonstration and to let us pass the bridge to set up the people assembly we wanted to have. What we decided to do is to go there as far as we could, and we advance. At the last minute, we decided to push a little bit. The police was quite brutal, no more than that, it was not a terrible thing, but we were expelled from the bridge. We were with a small bridge, and we were obliged to withdraw without the capacity to pass the bridge. It was really sorry, but because we decided to be no-violent, and because we decided to be like that with our hand and no more than that, it was of course impossible to pass the police car, the police trucks, and all the forces, because there were tens and hundreds at this moment and at this place. But I think it was very good to do that, because that showed very clearly what was our will to join the other big demonstration was, of course, 100 times bigger than us, and to be able to try to have this